Hello everybody, welcome back. We are here with some more NorCal 2022 Arcadian preview, and this time it's Sacramento's turn. I am joined by none other than JimRude. JimRude, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, this totally isn't the second take at all.
No.
Alright, so yeah, let's talk about Sacramento a little bit. I know Sacramento has a long story, lots of lore, lots of great players, and for a while was carrying a lot of the heavy load when it came to performing out of region. And there is a famous saying, in NorCal, don't sleep on unranked Sac.
Do not sleep on unranked Sac, please. I beg of you.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about that. First, I think let's get into the tournament scene a little bit. Let's talk about what the tournaments are, when they happen, where we can follow them on Twitch, if anything.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a weekly event called Super Smash Tuesdays, and it's ran inside a ESA venue, and that's every Tuesday. It's a weekly event. And then our other biggest event is a bi-weekly event on Thursdays, and that's Fire and Ice. And yeah, so those are going to be our two biggest tournaments. But we have smaller ones around. We have college tournaments that you could attend, and we have smaller ones that lesser known TOs run. So yeah, there's a lot of events out here, and all of the socials are actually under SAC Ultimate Events on Twitter. You can find a list of the TOs, and they'll have Twitch streams, brackets, stuff like that. So all the information you could want is on that Twitter if anyone wants to check that out.
Cool, yeah. I actually think I follow SAC Ultimate Events on Twitter, so it's been a while since I've personally been out there, so I know that I think the last time I was out there was probably like 2018 or so, and I think Smash 4 had not even come out yet. The scene has changed a lot. I know that SAC has had a lot of PR players come from there. I know SAC has historically actually performed pretty well at the Arcadian. And it's been 3 years since the last Arcadian. Can you give me some names that I think everybody should be looking out for at the Arcadian this year?
Definitely. Just to name a few, we have Nathan Viper. He's pretty new to the scene, especially even in Sacramento. But recently he's been just rising in score, and he's been performing so well. And we have other players like Fletchling, Java Wappers, D tier, and John Neutral. And I could go into each of these, a little bit closer and more specifics if you want.
Oh yeah, please do.
Yeah, let me go one by one. So Nathan Viper, he's a up and coming Min main. For a lot of people, that's a character that they could struggle with, but he's shown that he got the moves with many characters. He has a wide array of characters, and he's ready to pull it out at any time in tournament. So definitely, that would be my number one in SAC. Watch out for Nathan Viper. Next, I would probably say Fletchling. She is a Robin main, and gosh, if you're on a Sacramento tournament and you hear the name Fletchling, you're mentally preparing. That's the first thing you're thinking of, because he definitely is one of those players that just oppressive advantage state. And if she's in a bracket, she's almost top 3 guaranteed. And she's unranked, so yeah. Another player I'm going to tell you guys to watch out for is John Neutral, and he's also known as a Kaya. Even today, actually, just right now, he's playing in grand finals of the tournament. Took down players like Ramon64, Rayon, and Fletchling. He's having insane runs, and it's his first time playing his main in months. He's been playing other characters. His first day playing his main, he gets second place.
What character does he main?
He means Yoshi.
Okay. Oh, Yoshi.
Yeah. Another player I would watch out for is Java Wappers. He's a Pika player, and hasn't been going out to too many tournaments recently, but definitely one of those players you got to watch out for. Super strong players.
Oh yeah, I'm very familiar. I too am a Bajaba Wabber.
Oh really?
Yeah, I have him in my pool, and I hope I get to play against him, because he's very good. Yeah, I personally know how good he is as well. Yeah, so a couple more names I believe you had on your list. Who else?
Yeah, so there's this player named Strike, and recently he's actually picked up my main, well, the echo of my main, Daisy, and he's notorious for being very patient. I won't say campy, but it's not a surprise if your game goes to timeout. That's his win condition. So Yeah, Strike and his new main Daisy, but also co-main with ZSS. I feel like it's a perfect character combo where he's ready for almost any matchup, and definitely one of the smartest players in SAC. Definitely like frame data guy. So that's another player you guys have to watch out for.
Yeah, there are so many ways one could be good at this game. And I know this is an Arcadian preview video, and I know I asked you to be on it, but talk a little bit about yourself, because I know you are entering the Arcadian as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm entering the Arcadian. I'm in Peach, and I would say there's two things I'm notorious for. I have, for some reason, insane luck. If I go a set without pulling a Bomb, a Saturn, at least 5 stitches, if I don't get those, then I wasn't playing. It was someone else. And also my combo game. That's where I shine. But yeah, that's all. That's all I was spoiled. You guys can figure out the rest by watching.
I mean, that's fair enough, honestly, because you know when you are part of the Arcadian preview, you definitely don't want to give too much data about yourself. I think it's really understandable. But yeah, thank you so much for jumping in on this. I know that there's going to be a lot of people at the Arcadian. I have a few names myself. And while I've got you here, actually, have you participated? Are you going to participate in the fantasy bracket or fantasy? Yeah, the fantasy thing.
Yeah. I actually, just before this interview, I started batching up by, thinking of all these names, and yeah, I'm starting to create mine.
Sweet. What are, like, who do you have on your fantasy team right now, just in general?
A lot of these players I just listed here, I'll go through them real quick again. Nathan Viper is my number one. Fletchling, Strike, Cashew. I have D tier. He's essentially Sac. He's actually from SenCal, but he's Sac in our hearts. It comes down to every local. I got Akaya. I have Damnation Daniel. So yeah.
Oh,
and that's just a name a few. I'm still finding some new ones to put on, but that's what I have so far.
Awesome. Yeah. And don't forget, it does close relatively soon. I believe there's probably like less than 24 hours left. So get on that while you can. Depending on when you see this video, the NorCal Arcadian may have already happened, but yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, and I think that's gonna do it for this interview. Thank you so much for your insight. Sacramento is good. I think Sacramento about to go crazy, honestly.
I know so. I know so.
Yeah, it's like they said, don't sleep on unranked Sac.
Yeah, thank you for having me so much. I just have one thing to say: don't sleep on unranked Sac. Oh, you have to know.
All right.